Hi guys, today we're going to react to IINE, spelled I-I-N-E, by Babymetal. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from first-time requester, Denis or Dennis. I'm not sure how to pronounce this person's name, but thank you for requesting this song.
I'm going to gamble and go with Denis on this one. So yeah, thank you, Denis, for the request. We appreciate the support.
They just came out, like we like to say, guns a-blazing in attack mode, and this is an attack. It's not just a performance. As we've said before, when we first reacted to them, they have enormous amounts of energy and they just blow you out of the water. Just a visceral experience. Loving it so far.
As we found out the first time we covered them, which was a much later song of theirs, they combine metal and J-pop. In this one, it's actually a lot more obvious, but also a lot more kind of mashed up. To me, it almost sounds like elements of J-pop, metal, and techno. It sounds like there's definitely a lot thrown in there. It sounds highly energetic, pretty cool. We also need to mention that this is a very early song of theirs, which is amazing all on its own. You know, there's three young teenagers who are leading a metal band behind them, and the metal band are dressed in outfits like sort of like skeletons or something a little bit in the sort of horror realm. Yeah. And they're all like bopping to the J-pop, you know, while they're playing metal, which is really cool. So yeah, cool sound and interesting. And I'm loving the fact that we've gone back to look at this band from an early stage of this to see where they came from, which makes this really like a cool, almost like a research into their past.
Yeah, origins,
which I'm really enjoying. Yeah,
I love it.
The origin story. Yeah,
origin story. But there's something both endearing and incredibly impressive about this feat, because they're fairly young here, and it's no mean feat to be able to helm a stage like that with that audience. It's just impressive.
Absolutely, they look like they are totally within their element. Being on stage, even in front of such a massive crowd and such a massive stage, and with a band that is considerably older than they are, I would assume. And still they front that band, and just no fear, which is something that is probably more easily found within teenagers. You know, want to perform. They don't care. They'll just do their thing.
I like to say it about quite a few bands that we react to. They look like they were born to be on that stage.
Yeah.
happened there when we came back into the music video was not a gear change. They mutated into something else. I did not expect that. That was both magnificent as it was surprising. This song is like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, being the last 2/3 of it is more like Mr. Hyde. Just a beautiful display. I loved every second of it. Getting all that amalgamation of different styles, amazing.
The whole time that I was watching it, I'm thinking, these are three young teenagers. Oh, you know, they're adorable and the J-pop thing and it's cute. And then I look over at the crowd and see how they are controlling this crowd, how they're just following their every word and every move, and you know, this massive sort of metal band behind them. And I'm like, wow, you know, these three young teenagers are doing this and they don't seem to have broken a sweat.
Yeah, it's like a Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, which is mind-boggling that they can do that. And again, it's so amazing, I think, that we went back to hear an early song of theirs because you can see the progression, you know, from here, from 2013 to something that was closer to today. And there's definitely improvement there musically, but their stage presence and that attitude that they have was there from day one. It was like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, that is quite amazing. So yeah, I loved it. This was awesome. I wasn't sure how I was going to take to it, mainly because I thought that when they started, maybe the J-pop would be stronger than the metal, but it's not. It's just all in there. It's a bit of a mashup in this one, but I enjoyed it, and something about their energy is just so contagious. Her voice sounded really, really good here as well.
Yeah. I love the scream.
Yeah, well, that scream was like, wow, that whole charisma and confidence and just, I don't know, I'm a bit lost for words that someone,
Yeah.
you know, at that age, and
Me
this
too.
wasn't their first night on
Yeah.
stage. And I've heard that a lot of people, especially people from the sort of more hardcore or from metal or hard rock or whatever, that have been somewhat disparaging of Babymetal because of the J-pop element and because it's three girls, and I can see in a way why, because if you strip down the metal and you can take these three girls and put them in a kids show, they wouldn't seem out of place.
Yeah.
But metal for them is a choice, and I love that. And I'm thinking, yeah, they rock. And the music is fantastic, and I want to hear more because I'm loving it. I really think that the criticism, and some people have mentioned it in the comments after we did our first reaction, because we weren't really that aware of what was going on behind the scenes. And some people have mentioned it, that, you know, all these metal gatekeepers or whatever how they see themselves have basically been thumbing their nose at Babymetal. I'm on the other side. I'm like, why not? If they choose metal and this is where they go and this is the kind of music they produce, I'm all for it.
There's a distinct clash between the genres, between metal and J-pop. So I can understand how metal purists would frown upon something like Babymetal, but it's still good music. You can't deny that they're awesome in what they do and the music is great. So if it's good, why hate on it?
It's not just good, it is metal. The metal is there, even though it's again, it's a combination of several genres. What's the problem with that? You know, a lot of metal bands combine genres, so yeah. I have no issue with it. It sounds good. I'm enjoying it. Why not? The one thing that I had trouble with here is the lyrics. Now that I think about it, you know, if they wrote the lyrics, you kind of think, okay, it's coming either from the mind of young teenagers or from somebody who wrote the lyrics to fit with young teenagers. And it could mean many, many different things.
Usually when it's ambiguous or translated from Japanese, I usually try to grasp the general idea. It was fairly clear to me, although I could be mistaken, that the general idea here is them celebrating their good fortune in being able to perform. They're describing the life of a performer, of an artist who's on stage, and all the exhilarance that comes with being on stage and entertaining an audience. They're celebrating that kind of life as something that is a part of them, that defines them.
IINE means that's good or that's nice, something like that. And it's kind of repeated in some spots in the chorus, but it read like a party song, like some kind of a party anthem. There's lots of talk about moshing up, and I wasn't sure what exactly that was referring to within the meaning of the song, but it came to a line that said, "A gal must have a dream which is surely super chaotic." And I thought, that's the song. It's super chaotic. The lyrics, the meaning, or whatever is behind it seemed to me like a bit of chaos. It's like you said, you know, if it's about them fulfilling their dream and being on stage and doing what they do, it makes sense. It's all chaos, especially for a girl, but it is her dream. And she's kind of going with it. I pledged myself by linking my little fingers. What a sentimental night. I'll go driven by this feeling, running away from the reality. And it's mentioning the sign and pledging herself by linking her little fingers could again have something to do with their choice of music and something like that.
I love that chaotic element because if you look at their dream as in a
super chaotic, apparently.
Yeah, it's super chaotic. If you look at their dream as a premise, each of them would say, I want to be on stage and entertain multitudes of people. And they're saying that at an age where you can just disregard it. Yeah, sure, everybody wants to be famous. But no, that they did it. And they did it at a young age. The proof is in the song. The proof is in the performance.
Yeah, and different lines, you just really kind of bring it home. Stuff like the party under the night sky, so good, I'll go, brilliant. That for now, moshing up. Taking little by little is impossible. They're basically saying you can't slow it down. You can't take it a little bit at a time. You have to take it all as it comes because that's what this is. It's like this rock star life, I guess. You can't slow it down. Once it starts, that's it. Yeah. So the fact that there's even some awareness to that is also interesting because, again, at such a young age, they seem to be fairly grounded. Again, I'm taking a gamble and I'm going with the pronunciation of Denis. So thank you, Denis, for this request. An awesome song. And yeah, thank you for taking us to the origin or the beginning of Babymetal, which we are just getting acquainted with. So we appreciate the support. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Denis, for requesting this song. We enjoyed reacting to it very much. It was a wonderful experience. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
Thanks, guys. Again, we appreciate all the support. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks again. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.